Hi, how are you? So, welcome again to Academic English 10-00016. This is Mr. Jamar Largo de la Cruz. I'll welcome you all for week 11 and 12. This is the last week and the last module for our discussion. So, thank you so much and bear with me. So, until the end. So, please learn and let's have fun. Thank you. Hi, so welcome again to week 7 to 8. This is Academic English 10-00016. I'm Mr. Jamar Largo de la Cruz. This is the last week for our discussion. Alright, so let's proceed now to the reading part. Okay, but before that, let's discuss the objectives. So, number one, understand the structure in abstract of popular science articles. Number two, use a variety of strategies for listening to a presentation. Plan structures and give a clear, effective final presentation in English. Write an abstract for an article. So, this is our last objectives. Let's proceed for reading lesson 3 research reports. I wanted to work in pairs. Read the following definitions of research and then report. Then work in pairs and give your own definition of research report. Compare your definition with other pairs and choose the best one. Explain your choice why and then that's it. You're going to report with your partner. So, research, a detailed study of a subject, especially in order to discover new information or reach a new understanding. If you find something that you are curious about, and it's something like there's a gap between any researchers, you can have and make a research for that. For the report, a description of an event or situation that is happening. Okay, so these two are two different, okay? So you're going to do this one. All right, let's proceed now. So reading focus one, complete the table with the research report elements. The research report elements are we have the abstract or the synopsis, the appendices, conclusion, discussion, and then literature review, introduction, references or bibliography, results, and title of the report. So these are the vocabulary. Complete the table with the research report elements. So we have here the parts, okay, and the sections. So for activity 2, complete the table. Preliminary material, it should be title of report, table of contents, abstract or the synopsis, and in the body of the report, you have the introduction, literature, methodology, results, discussion, conclusions, and recommendations. And then supplementary material, you have the references, bibliography, and appendices. All of these are in the research. Are part of the research. You have to have these in order for you to complete a research. So these are the, as you can see in the page, these are the things that are present in our research. Reading focus, complete the table. So abstract synopsis, okay. Read stages A to G of research report preparation, suggested by the Adelaide Writing Center. Put them in order, then compare your ideas in pairs. Draft the supplementary material. B. Analyze the task. Do the research. Improve your report. Draft the body of your report. Develop a rough plan. Draft the preliminary material. Activity 4. So correct the order of research stages. This is the answer. Number 1 is B, analyze the task. Number 2 is F, develop a rough plan. 3, C, do the research, then draft the body of your report. After that one, G, draft the preliminary material, and then draft the supplementary material, and improve your report. Develop, improve or develop. Math sections 1 to 12 from activity 2 with the information below. They should include all the references used in your report or referred to for background information. Any additional material will add to your report. Concise heading is important there because it is knowing which part are you. Concise summary as well. It is important because it will lead the people which or what is inside your research. List of major sections, other relevant research, relevance of your results, summary of results, and what needs to be done. And what you did, and then what you found, and why, and what you have researched. So this is it, the section, the title of the report. C, concise heading indicating what the report is about. 2, table of contents, list of major sections and headings with page numbers. Abstract or synopsis, it's letter D, concise summary of main findings. Introduction, why and what you researched. Literature review, which is also important as a basis of what you have read from your of what you have read related to your research. Other relevant research in this area, methodology, what you did and how you did it, results, what you found, discussion, relevance of your results, conclusions, a summary of results or findings, recommendations, what needs to be done, and references, all the references used, appendices, additional material that you are using in your research. These are the things, by the way, that is inside the research. So it's a lot. You have to finish everything like this. This is the thing that you should do when you do research. Read a summary of the following research report. What is the topic of the report? Thank you. Read the whole report. Which of the sections mentioned in activity 2 are missing? So let's read that one. This is the introduction, the methods. You can pause the video. Results. Okay, hold on. The survey also allowed participants to identify any circumstances, okay, where mobile phones should be allowed in meetings and also assess staff attitudes. So this is the results. Discussion, interpretation of result. Okay. Next is conclusion. Okay. Now, recommendations. Activity 8, missing or different sections from the report. Introduction, methods, results, discussion. This is included. The missing are the title of report, the abstract, the literature review, references, appendices, only mentioned, okay? But there's no appendices there, okay? So these are the missing section of the research report that I showed you, okay? So again, but they have the introduction as we read a while ago. We have the methods, the results, the discussion, conclusions, and recommendations. Match the nouns 1 to 7 from the research report. So phenomenon, response, findings, questionnaire, purpose, survey, method. And then we have the A to G. Let's see the answer. For phenomenon is letter E. What's letter E? Something that exists or happens. Response, it's letter F. F is something sold, said, or done as a reaction. So response. Findings, it's letter G. Information that has been discovered. Questionnaire, it's letter D. The questionnaire is a written list of questions that people are asked so that information can be collected. Purpose, it's letter C. CAB. So purpose is C. Why you do something or why something exists. So it is answerable by why. It's a reason. Next is survey. It's letter A. A set of questions people are asked to gather information. And the last one is B, the method. way of doing something, often one that involves a system or plan. Match the words from the report 1 to 7. Examine, investigate, recommend, advise, assess, it's letter C, evaluate, allow, A, permit, consider, letter D, think, acknowledge, letter F, admit, and affect, it's letter B, influence. Let's go to listening. So listen to the part 3 of the presentation and say which of the statements below is a quotation from Carl Sagan, which are interpretations by the speaker. How do you know? Science is more. We have 1 to 2, 3 here. A method used in research, that is a result that we get by applying the method. 2, than a body of knowledge. It's a way of thinking. 3, a way to get knowledge rather than a set of truths we already know.
Track 70.
Part 1.
I'd like to start my presentation with this quotation. Here it is. You can see it on the screen. Science is a long history of learning how not to fool ourselves. Adapted from Richard Feynman. Not to fool ourselves presumably means to be aware of the true state of things despite appearances that may lead us to believe that things are exactly as our eyes tell us, like the earth is flat and the sun and the stars move around it.
Part 2.
I could go on and on telling success stories of scientific discovery and how science revealed the true state of things. In other words, the history of science is a story of remarkable achievements. So it is not surprising that this extraordinary success of the natural sciences has led some people to believe that it is the dominant cognitive paradigm or model of knowledge.
Part 3.
But what is science? Here is one more authority I'd like to quote. Carl Sagan. Science is more than a body of knowledge. It is a way of thinking, a way of skeptically interrogating the universe. What he probably means is that it is more a method used in research than it is a result that we get by applying this method. More a way to get knowledge than a set of truths we already know.
The answer is you must identify which sentence is the actual quotation from Carl Sagan. Quotation from Carl Sagan, science is more than a body of knowledge. It's a way of thinking. It's not interpretation by the speaker. Explanations of 1 and 3. Explanations of science as method. Explanation of science as a way to get knowledge. How we know? Sentence 2 is most direct quote by Carl Sagan. Work in groups of 3. Sum up the content of parts 1 to 3 of the presentation in 3 sentences. Present your summary to the group. Strategy focus. Revise the strategies a listener should use. Match the beginning to the end of each sentence. Before listening, what is your answer here? Before listening, I make predictions, that's letter D, about content and language. If I listen for gist, I pay attention to keywords. When I identify keywords, I pay attention to rhythm and stress. That is how the strategy of the listening. When you listen something, you have to get could be production. It's useful. Keywords is also useful. Rhythm and stress is also useful. Guess the meaning of the context, the whole context. Especially this is useful, especially when you are having a answer and response listening test. Try to identify the function and identify what facts are required in the task. So usually in listening, the application is the context and the stress and the content of or rhythm and stress. Academics culture checklist. So this is what a checklist I'm talking about a while ago to check. So this is read the checklist and take the statements that are true for presentations in your field of study. So we have here number 1, the structure. Presentations are very logical. Presentations are digressive. Language and content. The language of presentation is informal. So you can check this one with your presentation because you are making already a 10-minute presentation, a 3-minute presentation, and a 5-minute presentation. So a lot of presentations already. Delivery and then audience response. You can ask your friends by doing these things actually. Work in groups, answer the questions. Have you ever participated in international conference? Where was it? Did all speakers present in English? Did you notice any cultural differences in presenting material? If yes, what kind? All right. So in presenting, actually, it is different that what I'm expecting because when I presented, I thought that it's really like it's a rigorous question and answer portion, but that is not all about. You have to present only, and then there raise only some questions, like one or two, and then that's it. It's very easy. You just present, and then they're listening to you, and then if they have questions, just ask one or two, and then you are done. Because a lot of people are presenting, so that's why you cannot just a lot of people are last because they're also like you have time limit, so you should be fast. So I'm expecting like just a training session like something like that. So that is not what I'm expecting. Okay. All right, so discuss what behavior is appropriate in your culture when presenting material and international academic conferences. Use the language of the questionnaire in activity 3. Revising what you have learned. Think about what you have studied in this unit. Answer the questions. Use the phrases from the language support box below. What information was new to you? What have you learned about yourself as a presenter? What skills have you improved? And what skills need further improvement? And then these are the language support. For results, I have managed to. So this is what you're going to use to speak. Okay, it is helpful to you. Okay, please read. So this time, I want you to prepare a 10-minute lecture or presentation with visuals to present to your colleagues. Do the task below. Number 1, think of any topic that is relevant to you. Okay, you can continue working in a presentation you plan a while ago because we made a lot of presentations already. Write a plan of your you can make a new. Okay, you can write a plan, make notes, and develop the ideas. Write the text of your presentation. Check the text for mistakes. Prepare your slides. Practice the text, and then take turns to listen to your colleagues. It's better that you will practice. Give your colleagues some feedback as well. So you give feedback to each other. Let's go to writing. So abstracts from different fields of study. So this time, the end point of this one is to write an article, an abstract art for articles. So to start, there are 8 words connected with abstract hidden below. Work in pairs to find them. So see what words means, okay? So we have here the results, the abstracts, the background, formal, linkers, objective, and method. All right, so these are the 8 hidden words in the puzzle. Match abstracts A to C to the field study 1 to 3. We have pure science, social sciences, and humanities. So this is abstract A. And this is abstract B. This is abstract C. So abstract A is humanities, abstract B is social science, abstract C is pure science. Read the abstract again and match them to 1 to 8. One is B. Okay, hold on. 2 is A, 3 is B, 4 is A, 5 is C. So these are the answers. For language focus, in the abstract, find words or phrases similar in the meaning to definitions 1 to 7. These are the answers for that. Let's continue. So use the words from activity 4 to complete the gaps. There's no scientific. Okay, that's number 1 and 2, 7. These are the answers. Evidence. Assess for number 2. 3. Consider. adopt, justify, trans, and with respect to. In abstracts A to C, find sentences written in the first person. Why is the first person used in these cases? We consider Hedges' philosophy to be a position between naturalism and anti-naturalism. We adopt a cluster-based approach to naturalism, and so on. Okay, this is the answer. Put the steps for writing an abstract in order. Okay, so these are the steps for writing an abstract. Read through paper and choose sentences with key ideas. Let's arrange this one first. Okay, these are the steps. Read through the paper and choose the sentences with key ideas. Give the abstract to a colleague and ask him or her whether it makes sense. Check that your abstract conveys only the essential information that I mentioned. Like you should have at least the five. You have the aim, the approach, the result, the conclusion, and the background. Okay, read your rough draft and delete extra words and phrases. Organize the information you have. Check to see if the meets the guidelines. Read the abstract as if you were another researcher. Then write the final version of the abstract. An abstract is a short summary of a research paper or an article. As I mentioned to you, it's just like a blueprint of your research paper. It explains the main idea of the study quickly so readers can decide if they want to read the whole paper. Usually, an abstract is 80 to 150 words. So that's the first page. When you publish an article, it should be in the first paper. The impact of social media on university students' academic performance. This study examines, so this is a sample abstract that I made. The impact I choose, the impact of social media on university students' academic performance. This is the one I made. Okay, so perhaps you are going to make like this 80 to 150 words, applying the things that I mentioned to you a while ago: the background, the aims, the result, the approach, and the conclusion. The impact of social media, the aim or purpose, explain what the study is about. This study examines the impact of social media on studies' academic performance, and so on. Method could be explain how the research was done. Example, a survey was conducted among 100 universities. So this is the first thing. Look at what I did. Okay, the title, all right, as you can see, and then the aim or the purpose. This is the common basic part of the abstract. Explain what the study is about. Example, I said there, the study examines the impact of social media on students' academic performance. That's the aim. The method or the approach. A survey was conducted among 100 university students and more. Okay? Explain how the research was done. Results. Explain what the research discovered. Okay? Or the findings. You can add tables, datas in that particular abstract. Oh, no, this is just an abstract. So just say the words, okay? No table for an abstract, okay? Conclusion is the last. Explain what the result means. The study example, the study concludes that the students should manage their social media usage carefully. So again, we have the title, the aim, the method or approach, the results, and the conclusion. These five is important part for writing an abstract in the article. Again, simple structure you can follow. You can write your abstract like this. Sentence 1, aim. Sentence 2, method. Sentence 3, results. Sentence 4, conclusion. Okay? But what's this? I give you 5, the one I told you. You can follow that one. Work in pairs, read your partner's abstract and give feedback. Why did he or she do this study? What did he or do and how? So answer these questions and then read your partner's abstract and you should give feedback. It is important that someone give feedback to your abstract so that you can improve and develop it or change the errors. It's okay to get mistakes. Do not get afraid with that one. There's nothing wrong when you get corrected, but there's something wrong when you reject corrections. Rewrite your abstract using your partner's suggestions, and that's it. That's your final abstract. So thank you so much. That's the end of our week 11 and 12. See you next time. Goodbye.